Well, the tradition dating back to 1844 continues, with all sizes of yachts gathering from around Australia and the world to compete here in the 2009 edition of Skandia Geelong Week. And as history dictates, day one kicks off with a passage race from Melbourne to Geelong. With 25-knot westerlies pumping across the bay, the record field of 423 yachts set sail. The current Audi IRC series leader Living Dole jumped the start, forcing them to restart and battle through the tail of the fleet. Skandia Wild Thing, using its size and speed for an early lead, completed the 34 nautical mile course in 2 hours and 39 minutes for a clear line honours win.
Unlike our record speed down here of 100 minutes, we took 2 hours 40 today. Very strong westerly breeze the whole way and pretty flat water, a little bit choppy down towards Melbourne at the start, but wind strength ranged from 20 to 28 knots.
On handicap, it was Graham Wood's 52-footer What Now winning the race, giving them the Audi IRC series lead over Living Dole and Loki. With the start boat returning to shore, those on board had the chance to reflect on what is Skandia Geelong Week.
The great thing about this event is that it highlights the water as well as the cities of Geelong and Melbourne.
This event's one of the biggest regattas in the world. I'm not sure people know it. This regatta's been going longer than the America's Cup, would you believe?
This is a major event for Victoria and one we're very proud of.
Skandia Geelong Week!
Over 100,000 spectators enjoy the festival weekend here in Geelong, and this year grabbing everybody's attention is the International Moth class. So Rowan, give us a little insight of this moth concept.
It's just two simple hydrofoils underneath the bottom of the boat to make the boat get out of the water and fly.
Basically you're just flying on these two foils, the boat's controlled by that one, you've got a little bit of adjustment on the tiller and away you go.
Any competent dinghy sailor can sail one of these boats, no problem.
It's a nautical motorcycle. The evolution means they get more exciting every day. It really is the best form of sailing I've ever done.
We see, and ISAF see, this as a need because it does attract so much attention.
It's the most exciting thing I've ever done.
So Sam, perception is a woman in a man's world. How's it going for you?
Yeah, really well. This regatta's been pretty tough, but at the Worlds, I did my first Worlds in the UK in July, and out of 96 boats, I came 16th. But being up out of the water has just been an absolute thrill, and you know, it's fun, it's new, it's exciting, and there's no reason why people won't sail them.
After a week of exciting racing, it was Olympian Nathan Alteridge who took out the Zeke International Moth National Championships. A perfect day in light conditions for race 4 saw Blackjack and Limit breaking the start, with Limit taking some time to return, costing them dearly in the overall standings. Incredibly, the 66-foot Blackjack, skippered by Mark Bradford, restarted quickly and negotiated the shifting breeze to take line honours over the 98-foot Skandia. Nick George's 46-footer Exile taking their first handicap win. The sea breeze then kicked in for race 5, with Limit recovering from their previous result, beating Loki for a second place over the line behind Skandia. But it was Graham Wood's What Now who took the win on corrected time, reinstating their overall lead 5 points ahead of Living Dole. Now with the racing over for the day, it's time to party. The final day of Skandia Geelong Week and the celebrations kick on for Australia Day. And it's a double celebration today for the Royal Geelong Yacht Club. Scott, fill us in.
Well, it's the 150th anniversary of the Royal Geelong Yacht Club.
150 years of regatta too, I believe.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's certainly the oldest sailing regatta in Australia, but it's also the oldest sporting event in Australia.
John, you've been a member of Royal Geelong Yacht Club for 30 years. You must have seen some change in that time.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of change. Back in '89 I ran it with 300 boats. We're now up to 480 boats.
150 years is going to be a lot of fun and it's worth celebrating.
Geelong Week is leg one of the prestigious Audi IRC Australian Championships, where an Audi Q7 SUV is up for grabs at the final event in August, the Audi Hamilton Island Race Week. In the final race, Shogun had their first win on corrected times, with Living Doll placing second over What Now. Incredibly, both Living Doll and What Now finished on an even 10 points across the series, with a countback giving Living Doll the overall series win.
I've done this event 4 times before and we've had some nice 2s and 3s, so this is the first major result that we've had and it's pretty good.
Another countback was required in the Morris Finance Sydney 38s between Lou Abrams' challenge crew and the local team on Sequante. With a win in the final race and a 4th as their drop across the 6 races, Ian Murray and his young local crew on Sequante took the crown.
Been doing this for a while now, and this is the first event we've ever won, so it feels good. And Louis won every year that I think we've ever been here, so it's finally nice to get one on.
The great thing about the class is there's no handicaps, and you know once you go over the line, you've won.
Another local success was found in the growing SB3 fleet, who had their national championships at Geelong Week, winning 5 of their 9 starts.
It was great to sail on our home waters, it always is, and Skandia Week's just such a good event every year. I've been coming here for, I reckon this would probably be 20 years in a row, since I was 12, and it just gets better every year.
Well, on that note, that's it for the 2009 Skandia Geelong Week. We'll see you next year.